The Northwest University, in partnership with the Strategic Dialogue Group and the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, are hosting an inaugural session of the National Dialogue discussion. So the event is taking place at the university's Potchefstroom campus. The theme of that event is called Reimagining the Northwest Province and forms part of a larger initiative that brings together diverse stakeholders to discuss and address critical issues that are facing the country. For more on this now, let's go to SABC News reporter Thabo Mbeki, and she joins us now this morning. Thabo, thank you very much indeed for your time. So talk us through this dialogue. It is the inaugural. So what are we expecting, to be discussed at this particular dialogue or partnership?
Good morning to you and the viewer at home, Griselda. Yes, indeed, the dialogue really intends to address some of the key challenges in the province, including the high unemployment rate. You'll remember that the first Stats SA first quarter report for this year showed that there is a 56% of a high unemployment rate in the province. To elaborate further on that, we are joined by a political analyst, Thabo Mbeki, to explain further on that. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us once again on SABC News. Yesterday, we saw the Democratic Alliance in the province leading a march calling for the provincial government to declare the provincial high unemployment rate as a disaster in the province. How do you see that going?
Well, good morning to your viewers and good morning to you as well. It is not a secret to say that the province has challenges with regards to high unemployment rate. But I think just on that matter, just to declare the unemployment rate to be a crisis, I don't think that it would be sort of like doing justice to sort of like some of the social injustice as well as economic issues that we have in the province. Because I feel that one of the most important issues that are still underlying within the province, we'll still be speaking about, when you speak about unemployment rate, you'll speak about a multi-faced issue that has to deal with crime, that has to deal with teenage pregnancy, that has to deal with drug abuse. So there's still a lot that, we need to speak about when we speak about, or rather when we refer to declaring this particular issue a provincial crisis. So I think in that instance, there need to be various strategies that are going to combat this issue from a social, economic, as well as other social issues that would be able to address these social injustices, not just to look at it as a one issue, because from looking at it as a single issue, we are going to come back to this particular crisis that we solve one, but we are not able to solve the other. So I think that as a multi-faced issue, such that it addresses all the challenges that we have in the province, then we can be able to move forward as a province in terms of solving this particular crisis.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the province leadership, you understand that the ANC got the outright majority, so it is the ANC-led government. Do you think that it will make a difference if maybe we had a G unit in the province, or we can still say the ANC will drive and bring solutions to the province?
On the issue of coalitions, or what one could say that provincial government of unity, one can say that when you look at provinces that have been governed in this particular instance, there's already chaos across various provinces. So one cannot necessarily say that in a government of national unity or provincial unity or local unity, which province or which local municipality has been performing the best. So in that particular instance, I think it would be prematurely for us to say that if you were to allow another individual to come in and to assist the African National Congress, it would actually result in betterment of the lives of people. But at the same time, it can also be argued from another point of view to say that when you look at the national sphere, so you can see that there's been various changes in terms of other ministries. They've been able to meet certain targets. So one can say that maybe it could be working, maybe it cannot be working, but it is all about a trial and test era, whereby we have not yet tried certain things as a new emerging democracy. So we are still within that particular era to see that whether coalition government, is it working at local government, provincial government, and ultimately at national government. So as it currently stands, it seems as if they are much more chaotic as compared to having a single outright majority. But even so, when it comes to these outright majority provinces, there's still no development. You speak about the Northwest, you speak about the Northern Cape, you speak about the Eastern Cape, whereby the ANC is still in charge, but there's still no development. So maybe it may not be necessarily an issue of which particular which particular party leads, but rather it can be rather an issue of saying that maybe we need to have this particular dialogue to be able to discuss certain issues, to say that are we having an issue in terms of the leadership crisis, or how do we strategize going forward?
Thank you very much for joining us. That is a political analyst, Thabo Mbeki. Now we are crossing live over to my colleague, Nhlanhla, who's outside.
Well, thank you so much. As we continue with this conversation here at Potchefstroom campus, Northwest University, with me, I'm with the host, who's just going to talk to us with regards to about this outreach session of the National Dialogue. Prof, you guys are the host. The university has done a lot with regards to interrogating this phenomenon of participation. Just talk to us with regards to what's going to be happening, the importance of this.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having us, and welcome to the Northwest University again. By the very nature of our mandate as a university, we are well placed to be facilitators of intellectual engagements. And we think that this dialogue, this series today, as it's been explained to us, is an activation and a build-up of sessions and dialogues towards the national dialogue. So as the university, we're very proud to host this, and we look forward to a day filled with engagements from people from different walks of life. We're expecting our students to be fully involved, our staff, civil society, our communities around the Northwest Province. So we look forward to a engagement-filled day today.
Prof, this national dialogue seems to be received a backlash from other headquarters. You guys have done a lot with regards to identifying it in research as a problem. Talk to us in terms of those who say it's not important. I mean, they say that we had Mbizos. They say that the problems are known. If problems are known, solutions are known. Why have this dialogue when we know the issues that face the country?
Yeah, I think that is a very important question that needs to be confronted. First and foremost, I think people are justifiably fatigued of discussions and dialogues in general. But we must look at the nature of the imbizos that we've been having. You must realize that those imbizos have always been politically led. And one of the things that we observe as a university is that people are politically fatigued also. So there needs to be some kind of a forum where people come together, not based on a political centerpiece, but to say what is the common vision and the common future that we envisage for our country. Now, that needs some kind of neutrality in engagement, not someone who's already perceived as pushing an agenda for this or that political party. But you need to get all the foundations, all the NGOs, all the civic organizations together, including the political formations themselves, to be part of one dialogue. Ultimately, we expect that at the end of the national dialogue that the president has announced, at the end of it, we should be coming up with a plan of action that we all aspire to have as a country, something that we all subscribe to, which is not only just a political manifesto, so to speak, but something that is inclusive of people's intentions, people's aspirations from all walks of life in South Africa.
As people are, really, have a point when we say that they are fatigued. Northwest, high levels of unemployment, service delivery, an issue here, tar roads, potholes everywhere. They must be justifiable on that view.
That is very true. I mean, we are very happy that we are the first province that is starting these activations. And of course, we acknowledge that we are also a province with probably the biggest problems as far as service delivery is concerned. Maybe we are just one after the Eastern Cape. So really, it is an opportune starting point. True, service delivery is suffering and levels of corruption are just skyrocketing. There's a lot of social discontent in our communities. But we believe that a forum like this, a stage like this, a platform like this, is rather a more relaxed environment where people just speak up without being worried about, political, backlash. They can speak their minds up, and I'm referring to the strategic dialogue group, that is the actual organizers, would then document some of these things. Of course, you are correct when you say we more or less know what the problems are. You've just mentioned them. The road, service delivery in general, unemployment, youth unemployment. We are, as a province, amongst the highest, probably the highest in youth unemployment. That does not augur well for a province that has got, well endowed with minerals. We have a lot of mines in this province. How can't we leverage some of these endowments to fight against the youth unemployment? We have a very, very fledgling agricultural program in this province. How can we, these are some of the questions that we're going to discuss today, how can we push it forward, develop it further to be able to absorb more young people as agripreneurs? As the Northwest University is training top-notch animal scientists, crop scientists, but are they absorbed in our province? No. Some of them are sitting at home unemployed with degrees and diplomas in animal health. Why is that? These are the questions that we must interrogate today, because there is a need for them to take the province forward. But why? What is it that is hindering their participation in the economy of the province?
Thank you so much, Prof. That was the Northwest University there opining on this issue of the national dialogue, talking to us about its importance, also highlighting the challenges, that the province is facing, saying that such a platform is good in terms of identifying such and also re-emphasizing on coming on solutions with regards to these challenges. What we know is that former President Thabo Mbeki is no longer going to be coming here, but the institution is going to be continuing with this national dialogue event today. With that being said, it's back to you in studio.